Birth of a Movement, a documentary produced by Northern Light Productions and released in 2017, explores America's first blockbuster film through a unique lens. A lens which focal point is not the original director D.W. Griffith's, but that of William Monroe Trotter, newspaper editor and founder of the Boston Guardian. Birth of a Nation, originally titled The Klansman, lit earliest 20th century culture on fire with its overt racism. It wasn't merely a product of its time either, with controversy spreading like wildfire across the United States. The battle over what America would deem acceptable would find its final citadel in Boston. D.W. Griffiths was attempting to distribute the film as far as he could, even convincing the executive branch of the government to side with the film's release. William Monroe Trotter, on the other hand, argued that the film did not need to be seen. Its release was purely damaging on American culture, which warranted its immediate removal. Despite organized protests, public disputes, and even physical altercations, the film was still shown across Boston. Although William Monroe Trotter's protests seemed unsuccessful, the legacy of his resistance would go on to promote progress into the future. Much like how there are no singular breakthroughs in film, there is no breakthroughs in social progress. Each milestone is achieved by the propulsion of those who came before. William Monroe Trotter brought the three factions of the civil rights at the time together, paving the way for the civil rights movement in the 60s. Without him, Du Bois and Booker T. Washington would not have come together against the film. The documentary also led me to an interesting question. Could the modern blockbuster exist without its first film being so socially divisive? I would argue no. In order for the film to reach such mass appeal, it had to become culturally relevant. Just like Barbenheimer, Avengers Endgame, and Top Gun Maverick, the discussion around the movie broke out of its subculture and into mass appeal. Birth of a Movement was a must-see in order to understand what your friends and coworkers were talking about. You had to see the film. For this to happen for the first time, the medium would have to overlap with another relevant conversation, though it would have been better for the controversy to mirror that of Black Panther, which promoted social progress, instead of it being titled The Klansman. Today, to understand the full social impact of the birth of a nation, it is just as important to watch the documentary The Birth of a Movement.